Okay, let's unpack this. Imagine a digital ecosystem that, after months of really intensive upgrades, is reemerging. And with this pretty ambitious claim, right? A rebirth of vision, trust, and opportunity.
Hmm.
Today, we're taking a deep dive into the return of OnPassive Technology's wonderful system. It's an initiative that, well, its creators suggest is really poised to redefine our digital landscape. So, following all this expensive work by CEO Ash Mufareh and the whole OnPassive team, the system is back online. And the promises are big, stronger, faster, smarter than ever before. It's quite a declaration, to say the least.
It really is. And what's truly fascinating here, maybe beyond just the marketing buzz, is the sheer scale of the ambition. Our sources, they portray this not merely as some software update, but as a significant movement.
A movement.
Yeah. Founders themselves, they apparently liken this moment to watching a seed bloom into a full tree, which implies, that what was once just a foundational vision has now matured into a whole comprehensive, vibrant ecosystem.
Okay, like organic growth then, not just bolting things together?
Exactly. It suggests a philosophy of integrated growth rather than just a collection of, separate tools.
A wonderful system. That's still a really powerful phrase, isn't it? It
Yeah.
makes you stop and think. What actually makes it so wonderful, especially for you listening at home, trying to navigate your own digital world? Maybe you're running a business or connecting with family or just looking for things to be simpler online. What's the actual engineering or design philosophy behind that big claim? How does it really aim to benefit users in a unique way?
Well, the core of what OnPassive seems to be describing as wonderful really lies in the system's complete interconnection. So imagine a suite of pretty powerful digital tools. But they don't just coexist side by side, they actually communicate and operate in, well, perfect harmony, almost like a single thing.
Okay, so specific tools like...
Right. And we're talking about components like OWallet for, digital financial stuff, OConnect for seamless communication, OChat for instant messaging, OShop as an e-commerce platform, and OVerify for really robust digital authentication. But the critical distinction here, according to what we've seen, is that these aren't just isolated applications. You don't need separate logins or have to manually move data between them.
Ah, okay. That's different.
Exactly. They're designed as this cohesive unit, sharing data and functions to create one unified experience. And the underlying promise is essentially technology that works for everyone, regardless of how tech-savvy you are. They're aiming for universal accessibility and intuitive design.
Right. So we're looking at a deeply integrated, kind of revitalized system that's aiming for everyone to be able to use it easily. That's a compelling promise. So for this deep dive, we're going to explore how this return is positioned, how it's meant to be a solution to what OnPassive sees as major global challenges, issues many of us deal with daily online. Yeah. We'll also unpack this intriguing concept of how it functions as a self-sustaining economy, which, could fundamentally change how value is created online. That sounds pretty radical. And maybe most critically, we'll try to uncover the real human impact it's apparently already having on everyday people. So get ready for some potentially surprising facts and maybe some aha moments as we look at what this could mean for you, your business, or even your family. We'll try to get behind the claims and into the actual mechanisms.
Okay, so one of the most ambitious claims we found in our sources is that this system isn't just about, small improvements. It's positioned as a direct solution to what OnPassive identifies as global challenges.
Yeah, that's a huge undertaking.
It really is, especially in today's complex digital world. So what exactly are these challenges they're targeting? And what specific, maybe unique mechanisms or verifiable innovations does OnPassive bring to the table? How does its approach really stack up against what's already out there in the market? Right. So the focus is squarely on three big ones: trust, automation, and accessibility. Let's start with trust. That's just fundamental for anything online, isn't it?
Absolutely crucial.
OnPassive addresses this primarily through OVerify, their digital authentication and security tool. And this isn't just about a simple login. It integrates advanced biometric verification.
Like fingerprints, facial recognition.
Exactly. Allowing users to confirm their identity using those unique biological characteristics. This approach significantly enhances security, making it well, much tougher against password breaches or identity theft. And O-Verify also employs sophisticated fraud detection systems. It uses AI and machine learning to analyze transaction patterns, flag suspicious stuff in real time.
Okay, real time is key there.
Definitely. And this level of integrated security applied across the entire ecosystem aims to build a much higher degree of confidence in digital transactions and interactions. That potentially differentiates it from platforms that often rely on, third-party security layers bolted on.
That level of biometric integration and real-time fraud detection does sound very robust for tackling trust. It's increasingly critical, as you said. So moving on to automation, lots of platforms use AI. How does OnPassive's approach to AI-driven automation uniquely address efficiency, maybe operational challenges, within its own ecosystem?
Yeah, good question. For automation, they say they've rebuilt their core AI with smarter, more adaptive algorithms. This isn't just about automating simple tasks, apparently. It's more about intelligent process optimization across all the tools.
Can you give an example?
Sure, like
Yeah.
the AI might streamline marketing efforts. It analyzes user behavior and assigns targeted traffic to relevant offers within OShop. That reduces the need for manual campaign management.
Right, less hands-on work for the user.
Yeah, exactly. Or in communication tools like OConnect, the AI manages what they call adaptive bandwidth control. It dynamically adjusts video or audio quality based on your network conditions to prevent lag or dropped calls. So if you're somewhere with a shaky connection, the system might subtly lower the video resolution just to keep the conversation smooth and uninterrupted.
Ah, interesting. So it adapts on the fly.
Precisely. This proactive, intelligent automation aims to cut down manual effort significantly. It lets users focus on their main activities rather than wrestling with technical stuff. That's a potentially powerful difference for small businesses or even individual users.
And finally, accessibility. The claim of bridging the digital divide with user-friendly design, that's a common ambition in tech. We hear it a lot. How does OnPass's specific approach to accessibility, especially for a global audience with, varying levels of tech savviness and internet quality, how does it compare to established platforms? What specific design ideas make this technology that works for everyone actually possible?
Well, accessibility is tackled through kind of a multifaceted approach based on the sources. Firstly, that seamless integration of all the O tools means a unified user interface and experience.
One look and feel.
Right. That drastically reduces the learning curve compared to juggling multiple different apps. Instead of separate logins and moving data around, users navigate a single, hopefully intuitive dashboard. Secondly, the system seems to leverage adaptive design principles. The interface adjusts based on the device and maybe the user's context.
So simpler for beginners, maybe.
Yeah, basic operations are made really intuitive for beginners, while power users can still easily find and unlock the advanced features without feeling overwhelmed initially. And a prime example is that OConnect adaptive bandwidth control we just talked about.
Right, the connection stability thing.
It's not just a tech feature, it's really an accessibility feature. It ensures users in areas with less stable internet can still reliably join video conferences. It minimizes frustration and genuinely tries to meet them where they are. This commitment to no one being left behind seems woven into the system's architecture.
Okay, beyond tackling these big picture challenges like trust, automation, accessibility, OnPassive has also introduced what sounds like a fundamental shift in its economic model. Our sources describe it as a self-sustaining economy. That's a phrase that definitely makes you pause. What exactly does that mean in practice? And how does it, theoretically at least, benefit the people actually using the system?
Absolutely. That concept of a self-sustaining economy is really central to OnPassive's unique vision. They've essentially transformed internal credits, commissions earned within the system, and the digital traffic generated across their platforms into, well, they call it a living currency.
A living currency. Not just points then.
Doesn't sound like it. It's not just a loyalty program. It aims to create an internal economic loop where value is generated and circulated directly within the OnPassive ecosystem itself. So for founders and affiliates, this means their contributions and activity, maybe generating traffic to OShop or using OConnect, directly fuel their own growth and earnings within that ecosystem.
Okay, so activity creates value internally.
That's the theory. And this internal value creation could potentially insulate users from some external market ups and downs. But of course, a key question for many would be, how does this internal economy connect with the broader external market? What mechanisms are actually in place to ensure the stability and, crucially, the convertibility of this living currency into tangible, real-world value for its users, especially as it grows?
That's a really critical question. That model of a living currency certainly presents a unique vision for internal value creation. So, if this system is generating and distributing value internally, how does that process actually attract new users and ensure long-term growth? What's the practical advantage for, let's say, a small business compared to the traditional digital marketing and sales channels they might use now?
Well, for businesses, this potentially offers a unique advantage. Traditional marketing often involves, significant upfront costs with pretty uncertain returns.
Yeah, throwing money at ads and hoping.
Right. Within OnPassive's model, the system itself is designed to generate and distribute value internally, creating this kind of virtuous cycle. For example, a small business using OShop doesn't just list products. The system's AI can automatically direct relevant traffic to their store, leveraging the activity of other users within the ecosystem.
So built-in marketing almost.
In a way, yes. It means businesses might be able to grow and thrive without constantly battling the often prohibitive costs of traditional marketing or advertising. The living currency earned through various activities could then be reinvested into other on-passive services or potentially converted out. It provides potentially a more predictable and integrated growth path. It's an interesting proposition, tying individual and collective success directly to the health and activity of the whole ecosystem.
That is a truly different approach to digital enterprise, where engagement within the system directly feeds its economic health and, in turn, individual growth. It sounds like it promises a significant reduction in the usual barriers to entry for online commerce and communication. But what does this actually look like on the ground? How has the return of this system really impacted people, especially those who were eagerly waiting for it, like the founders and affiliates? What was that moment of return actually like for them?
For many, based on what we read, the return was described with a really profound sense of anticipation and, frankly, relief. One affiliate described experiencing immediate activity in their O-wallet, seeing not just abstract numbers, but real results.
Like what specifically?
Commissions flowing in, traffic being assigned to their offers, customers actually engaging. It wasn't just an update. It felt like an activation, a palpable shift from, potential to actual reality.
Right, from coming soon to happening now.
Exactly. The moment the login page apparently came alive with a fresh design, noticeably faster connections, and that one-click access across all applications, it was likened to Christmas morning by some users.
Wow, Christmas morning. That really paints a picture of intense enthusiasm and satisfaction.
It does. There was a strong sense of excitement and gratitude that the waiting period, which, let's face it, for many was a test of patience and resilience, had culminated in a system they felt was much greater than imagined. It really underscores a deep emotional connection many users seem to feel towards the OnPassive vision.
That emotional connection is clear. It suggests that beyond just that initial surge of activity, there must be substantial technical improvements underpinning this stronger, faster, smarter claim they're making. We hear a lot about AI, but what specific upgrades are making a real, measurable difference under the hood, especially in making it robust enough to serve a global user base?
Yeah, the technical upgrades do seem quite significant. They really form the backbone of this wonderful system. Beyond just integrating the tools, OnPassive apparently rebuilt its core AI with smarter, more efficient algorithms. And this translates directly into better, more predictive automation across all its services. For example, OConnect, their communication platform, now uses not just that adaptive bandwidth control we mentioned, but also a more distributed server architecture. Meaning data isn't just routed through one single point, it's intelligently routed through the nearest available server. This drastically reduces latency, that annoying lag, and ensures a more consistent, high-quality experience, even in regions with less developed internet infrastructure.
So less buffering, fewer dropped calls, hopefully.
That's the goal. It isn't just about raw speed, it's about optimized data flow and resource allocation, making the system inherently more resilient and responsive.
That distributed architecture is a crucial detail, especially for global reach. It ensures stability even when connections are, challenging. So what about a wallet? You mentioned earlier it handles so much of the financial activity within this living currency system. What kind of technical depth has gone into securing and optimizing that for global transactions?
O-Wallet seems to have seen substantial advancements too, moving far beyond just a basic digital wallet. It now integrates multi-factor biometric verification.
Multi-factor, so more than one type.
Right. It could require both a fingerprint and a facial scan, for instance, for enhanced security. making unauthorized access exceedingly difficult. Under the hood, it employs those sophisticated real-time fraud detection systems we touched on, continuously analyzing transaction patterns using AI to spot and stop suspicious activity before it escalates.
In global transfers.
Crucially, yes, it apparently facilitates instant global transfers, not just in their internal living currency, but also with traditional fiat currencies, often by leveraging direct bank integrations or partnerships with payment processors. The sources present it not just as fintech, but as potentially the future of secure digital banking, aiming to instill confidence and efficiency in cross-border transactions, overcoming many typical hurdles.
Okay, and while we're on global transactions and commerce, you mentioned OShop earlier. What kind of technical prowess makes that platform so powerful for fostering global trade without borders, especially for small to medium-sized businesses?
OShop is designed, it seems, to be a bit of a game changer for international e-commerce. It integrates multi-currency support with real-time exchange rates. It automatically converts prices for buyers and sellers in different regions.
Ah, so taking care of the currency confusion.
Exactly, removing a significant barrier for global trade right there. Furthermore, it incorporates streamlined logistics management tools, potentially simplifying shipping and delivery across borders by connecting vendors with a network of logistics partners.
Can you give an example?
Sure, consider a small artisanal vendor, maybe in Kenya. OShop's technical infrastructure means they can list their products, have prices displayed in, say, Canadian dollars for a buyer in Canada, receive payments securely through O-Wallet, and then leverage integrated tools to manage the shipping process, all within one platform.
So really lowering the barrier for international sales.
Yeah, it's about flattening the global marketplace, making it accessible even for entrepreneurs without extensive international trade experience.
This sounds like a lot of powerful, interconnected technology aiming to solve some really big problems. But ultimately, what's the tangible human impact? How is this wonderful system actually changing the lives of everyday people, not just the founders or the tech-savvy early adopters who might naturally be drawn to a new system like this?
Right. And this is where the narrative truly comes alive and, honestly, becomes quite compelling based on the accounts. We hear stories like that of a single mom, let's call her Sarah, who runs a small online tutoring service.
Okay.
Before OnPassive's return, she was apparently juggling multiple platforms for video calls, a separate payment gateway, and really struggled with marketing.
Sounds familiar for many small businesses.
It does. Now, the story goes she uses OConnect for her virtual classrooms. It provides stable connections even when her home internet isn't perfect, thanks to that adaptive bandwidth control. Her payments come efficiently and securely through O-Wallet, often with lower fees than traditional services. And crucially, her marketing, which was a huge hurdle, is handled by automated traffic generated within the OnPassive system, bringing her new students without requiring tons of ad spend or deep technical marketing knowledge.
Wow.
For someone like Sarah, OnPassive isn't just a collection of tools, it's described as providing dignity, enabling her to build and sustain her livelihood more efficiently and affordably, giving her more time with her children.
That's incredibly impactful.
Yeah.
It really speaks to democratizing access to powerful tools and reducing those everyday stresses of running a business or even just connecting. Are there other examples? How is it fostering community or bridging geographical divides for different groups?
Absolutely. The system's integrated nature seems to foster diverse communities. For instance, students are reportedly leveraging OPeer, which is OnPassive's collaborative learning platform, for international study groups.
Ah, so education focused.
Yeah. They can share documents, hold video calls, communicate in OChat, all within a secure and consistent environment, making global collaboration much more seamless. Small business owners, like that artisanal vendor from Kenya we imagined, are finding a new home and potentially an expanded market on OShop, connecting directly with a global customer base. And maybe most heartwarmingly, there are accounts of senior citizens using OConnect to reconnect with family members living across continents, sometimes for the first time with such clarity and ease.
That's lovely.
It really points to the system's potential role in dissolving geographical barriers and fostering social connections, creating a sense of community and support that genuinely brings people together, removes barriers, and restores hope, as one source put it.
That holistic view of impact from economic empowerment to social connection really does round out the picture of this wonderful system they describe. So as we look to the future, now that the system has returned and is making these tangible differences, according to the reports, what's the next frontier for OnPassive? What's the bigger vision for its growth and impact? especially considering that audacious goal of a digital revolution.
Well, the next step, as envisioned by its founders, seems primarily about exponential scale. Millions apparently already know OnPassive, but the ambition, stated quite clearly in our sources, is for billions to soon experience it.
Billions, wow.
Yeah, this isn't just about incremental growth. It's positioned as aiming for an entire shift in how the internet works, which implies a fundamental reimagining of how online interaction, commerce, communication, how it all happens, moving away from fragmented platforms towards a truly integrated and intuitive global digital ecosystem.
That's a massive undertaking.
Huge! To achieve that, OnPassive would need to continuously scale its infrastructure, refine its AI, adapt to diverse global regulations and cultural contexts. Significant challenges lie ahead, no doubt.
An entire shift in how the internet works, that's a truly massive aspiration. A vision of a digital revolution, as one source put it. A system that grows with us, adapts to us, and serves us. To pursue such a grand vision, what other underlying commitments are crucial for its long-term viability and maybe broader societal acceptance?
And that leads us neatly to sustainability, which is actually a crucial detail in their broader vision, apparently. A key part of OnPassive's mission, and a fascinating detail that goes beyond just functionality, is that their rebuilt core AI isn't just fast and smart, but also energy efficient.
Oh, interesting. Green AI.
Something like that. It reflects a commitment to innovate responsibly, acknowledging the environmental impact of large-scale digital infrastructure. And this isn't presented as just a buzzword. It implies optimized algorithms that require less computational power, possibly leveraging more efficient hardware, maybe even employing renewable energy for their data centers. This focus on efficiency and environmental consideration adds an important layer to their ambitious goals. It suggests a long-term perspective beyond just immediate growth.
Okay, so what does this all mean for you listening in? We've journeyed through the return of OnPassive's wonderful system, from its deeply interconnected tools like OWallet and OConnect, to its really big ambition to solve global challenges, trust, automation, accessibility.
Yeah, and we've seen how it aims to operate as that self-sustaining economy, creating value internally with this living currency concept, and how its technical improvements, like the distributed architecture and smarter AI, are designed to be robust and universally accessible.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, the narrative we're getting is that this is intended as more than just a tech update. It's truly positioned as a rebirth of vision, trust, and opportunity.
Right. That concept of turning credits, commissions, traffic into a living currency for a self-sustaining economy, it is quite profound. It aims to create value within its own digital borders that theoretically ripples outwards into tangible benefits. It's definitely a distinctive approach to digital enterprise.
And we heard about its tangible impact on individuals. From that single mom, Sarah, running her tutoring service with newfound dignity, to students and study groups collaborating seamlessly across borders, and senior citizens connecting with family across continents, really aiming to remove barriers and restore hope. The vision isn't just about functionality, is it? It's about that exponential scale, from millions to potentially billions experiencing it. It's being positioned as nothing less than a digital revolution, aiming for an entire shift in how the internet works, striving for a future where digital interactions are more integrated and, well, inclusive for everyone.
And as we noted just now, let's not overlook that crucial aspect of sustainability. A key part of OnPassive's mission, and a really fascinating detail underlying a forward-thinking approach, is that their rebuilt core AI is designed to be energy efficient, reflecting that commitment to innovate responsibly as they pursue these huge global ambitions. That's vital for any platform aiming for massive scale today.
So you've now got, hopefully, a deeper understanding of this wonderful system, its interconnected nature, its ambitious goals, and the claims surrounding its global impact. Considering this integrated, self-sustaining, and inclusive digital ecosystem, how might a system designed to meet everyone where they are, regardless of tech savviness or geographical location, how might that fundamentally change your daily interactions online and beyond? What new opportunities might it unlock for you, or perhaps for people you know, in a world where everything from commerce to communication is seamlessly integrated and globally accessible?